Hi, and welcome to CSCI 1300. In this video, we will cover the download and installation steps for Visual Studio Code on the Windows operating system. Navigate to code.visualstudio.com and select the Windows Download button. In this video, we are using Windows 10. VS Code user setup will begin to download. Wait for the executable to finish, and then open and follow the additional steps to install. Select Accept, Next, and then Install when prompted. At this point, VS Code has finished downloading, and we will now need to work on installing the Windows Subsystem for Linux. In order to turn this feature on, select the Start button, go to the Settings icon, scroll down, and select Update and Security. Scroll down again and search for the For Developers tab, and select Developer Mode. Select Yes when prompted. This might install several packages. Wait for each of them to finish before continuing. The next step will be to go to the Search or the Start and do a search for Turn Windows Features On or Off. This will bring you a list of folders. Scroll down to where the Windows Subsystem for Linux is displayed and make sure that there is a check in the box. After this step is completed, we will need to go back to the Start button and select the Microsoft Store. When in the Microsoft Store, in the search window, type in Ubuntu and download the first Ubuntu icon that is listed. This might take a moment for it to install on your computer. Once Ubuntu has finished installing, go ahead and launch the window. A terminal will appear, and some installation will take a little bit longer to finish. Once Ubuntu has finished installing, you'll be prompted to type in a new Unix username and password. Please make sure to remember this because we will need it in future steps. The password will not be displayed to the screen in the terminal for security purposes. Once this processing is complete, we can now open VS Code. To open the terminal, go up to the top and select New Terminal, and a portion of your VS Code will now be opened by a new panel. This will be done by selecting Ctrl-Shift-P, selecting Terminal, select Default Shell, and then select WSL Bash when prompted. After this has been done, the terminal can be selected from the drop-down menu, and we can move on to installing some additional commands through the command line. The first command we will enter will be to run the command sudo apt-get. Update and hit enter. It will prompt you from your password from the previous step, so make sure to write it down. This will take a moment to complete. Next, type in the following command: sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade. Press enter, and when asked, press Y to accept changes. We will now need to install G++. In the terminal window, run the command sudo apt install gcc and sudo apt install G++ and hit enter. This might prompt you for a yes or no. Hit select yes to continue. Once this process finishes, we will need to restart the VS Code environment. Select yes when asked. Now that this process has finished, I will restart VS Code and do one last final step. To finish setting up VS Code to run C++, we will need to add an extension. Go to the left side panel and select the extensions icon. In the search bar, type in C/C++ and select the first icon from IntelliSense Microsoft. Make sure that this extension is installed, and we are good to go. At this point, you should be able to run and compile code through the command line in Visual Studio. Thanks for watching, and happy coding!